Appreciate it very
Thanks
much.
for having me again. We got to check in every year, you and me.
I know. Let's do it forever.
Yeah, let's
you're
do
gonna
it.
be doing
I know.
this forever. I'm going to be doing this forever, so let's just keep checking in, man.
It's deal.
I love it. We're going to hear a lot of your music from Revolutionary Love here today. What's happening first today?
What is happening? I think I'll play a song called Do or Die. With my accompanists in the background there. We could... Actually, that singer on whatever stage is not too far out of this key. Could be worse. Do you ever just want to give up? Well, me too. Are you shocked by what people get used to? Do you wake up in a cold sweat? Well, that's sane. At least you got a little brain left. You got a little brain. 'Cause there's foxes in the hen house and bad news every day. And right there on Pennsylvania Avenue, the sheetless KKK. And there's models wielding microphones, chasing maniacs around. And everything's on fire, and there's twisters touching down. And I know you got to fight your adrenaline just to be a gentleman. And you know I got to fight my amygdala just to keep hearing ya. But we can do this if we try. If we do this like it's do or die. We can do this if we try. If we do this like it's do or die. So let's pause, let us regroup, let us recover, let us recoup, let us remember that we are charmed. Let us look down at our hands and remember we're armed. 'Cause Yankee Doodle Dandy didn't feel free once, so he used his pen to pick the locks. And Yankee Doodle Dandy did some doozy kind of carpentry when he fashioned that ballot box. And if you think your vote doesn't matter, then you're not paying attention. Yes, everything they do to keep you from their invention. Yes, if you think your vote doesn't matter, then you're not paying attention. Yes, everything they do to keep you from their invention. But we can do this if we try. If we do this like it's do or die. We can do this if we try. If we do this like it's do or die. Do you ever just want to give up? Well, me too. Are you shocked by what people get used to? Do you wake up in a cold sweat? Well, that's sane. At least you got a little brain left. You got a little brain. And I know you got to fight your adrenaline just to be a gentleman. And you know I got to fight my amygdala just to keep hearing ya. But we can do this if we try. if we do this like it's do or die. We can do this if we try. If we do this like it's do or die. Thank you, guys.
I meant to give you the disclaimer, just so you know, on the second and the third songs, we are going to wait again for about 4 seconds, just to let the decay totally happen before we stomp on it with our applause.
I love awkward. I do it every day.
Yep. We can together bear with 4 or 5 seconds of awkwardness together.
Yeah.
Man, these shared experiences are delightful for me. It's so nice to be around you. You communicate the truth in such a clear way. I love being around you, and this is equally delightful as to every other time. So let's be geeky gear people right now.
Let's
so
do
Juan's
it.
got the Neumann U87 set up right now. You sound tremendous here in the room.
I'll be Vanna White.
I can't wait to hear what it sounds like to the internet, and I'm very much looking forward to it. You've got equipment that I heard a little bit about when we started doing this. I heard there's something fancy about the pick guard. Can we talk about that guitar?
Oh, we can talk about this guitar. This is a little sort of my reproduction of a guitar owned by my friend Brad Cook that I discovered when I went out to the Ever Fest out there in Eau Claire and met a bunch of awesome folks, including Brad, and I was messing around with his guitars, and I found this guitar, basically, that it's got a rubber bridge on it and flat wound strings. It's just an old K guitar, but it's been modded out in these, this rubber bridge is really the thing. And I just completely fell in love with that guitar of his. He let me borrow it for a bunch of months, and then so I had to return that guitar back to its home, but I remade it in this guitar, basically. And it's just my new favorite thing. My whole life I've been EQing all the high end out of acoustic instruments because I can't stand it.
Well, and because when your vocals come through the telephone, when you modded out that telephone, that occupies the high end, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Get the voice in the phone and the guitar down below it. But anyway, this instrument takes no EQing whatsoever. It's like poof. The dawning of a new era for me.
Did Brad luthier that for you, or did you do the mod?
No, I'll plug Mr. Guy in LA. There's a fella Ruben Cox in LA. Old style guitars, I think his shop is, and he's the one that came up with this little bad puppy, the rubber around the bridge vibe. So he's got a bunch of guitars out there in his shop that he hacked up just so.
Sweet. Well, thank you to Ruben Cox. Thank you to Brad. Thank you to Ani DiFranco. Everybody who has come together to make this happen. Kelsey at Back Bar. Andrew, Justin, whose shop all this stuff came from in Northampton. He just built this beautiful stage. So thank you to everybody who's doing this stuff and making it happen. This is amazing. And there's a lot more. You're going to do another song off of Revolutionary Love now, right?
Yeah. I'll play a song called Simultaneously. I live in 2 different worlds simultaneously. The one I seem to live in, and the one that lives in me. And one is full of violence, oppression and disrespect. And one is full of longing to breathe and to connect. Yes, my inner world is fragile, and the outer world is done. And this whole thing is such a hassle. Won't you wake me when it's done? I live in 2 share, and the one where we are free. Yeah, freedom requires safety. Yes, freedom requires trust. Yeah, freedom requires balance in the equation of us. Yes, my inner world is fragile, and the outer world is dumb. And this whole thing is such a hassle. Won't you wake me when it's done? When it's done. When it's done. I live in two different worlds simultaneously, and between them is a chasm unfolding unfathomably, and in that chasm a shadow, and in that shadow I stand, facing towards the light, nothing in my hands. Yes, my inner world is fragile, and the outer world is dumb. And this whole thing is such a hassle. Won't you wake me when it's done? When it's done. 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 Thank you.
Man, thank you so much. How is your duet going with
Yeah.
the main stage right now? Are you feel good still?
They kicked in at the end there. That was good. I got them going.
I think in Juan's ears and in the internet's ears, it's maybe bleeding a little, but not as much as it is
cool.
for us. I think.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had a chance to speak offline a little bit about Courtney. So my wife's best friend is recovering from brain surgery right now. You are my wife and my wife's best friend's shared hero. Courtney is, she's recovering from this brain surgery right now. Courtney, I love you very much, and everybody who's in this room is thinking about you. Courtney, I hope that you feel it through the internet, and thank you.
Amen. Sending love and strength out to you, Courtney, and thanks for giving my music a home in your life all these years. Healing energy your way.
Beautiful. And so you are, I've seen you a lot just in person for these things, on stage a lot, during the book reading, all these things, and you are the ultimately empathetic person to me. Like you understand how to navigate through what other people need. My curiosity for you is, have you been this way your whole life? For as long as you can remember, did you just kind of get interpersonal intelligence, or have you learned it along the way? And if you did learn it, what happened to make you this way now?
Geez, I guess it was always my MO to feel with other people. Yeah, and it's a wonderful thing, and it's also kind of sucks, like I sometimes I'm so lost in what somebody near me is feeling that I don't know what I'm feeling. Sometimes it's hard to be so porous because I lose myself in the mix, so that's kind of tricky. But I guess I wouldn't trade it. Just deeply feeling has led me to many beautiful places, and also many tricky places, but from all of those come songs. So I guess, I wouldn't trade it.
And comes this album. I mean, you take that porousness and your vulnerability and your nature and turn it into art, which is a lot of the theme of revolutionary love, right?
Yeah, revolutionary love. I mean, it's a concept that I think I've been in pursuit of my whole life, but my friend Valerie Kaur, who's a wonderful activist and just released a book. I think it's just coming out in paperback this month or something. It's called See No Stranger, a memoir and manifesto of revolutionary love. And the way that she articulates what it is and how you do it, how you do revolutionary love on a daily basis, I find so inspiring and super helpful, useful. So, I sort of wrote the song itself using Valerie's words and her wisdom and trying to help amplify them in the world. And also, it just sort of has become my mantra lately, of just trying to really stay on the path of, I'll just give you maybe one little concept from how Valerie articulates it for us. There's, the sort of three tenets of revolutionary love. Love for self, you got to start there, because you can't give it to anybody till you start giving it to yourself. Love for your community, your family, your people, and then love for your opponent. And that's when it gets really tricky, of course, this revolutionary love business. The thing about revolutionary love is it's not Pollyanna and passive and just whatever, kumbaya. It's strong, and there's revolution in it. It is ever fighting for justice. But the one concept that I wanted to share was, when faced with your opponent and maybe some bad actions or words, to focus your attention through that to the wound in that person and tend the wound in your opponent, even as you do the work of trying to mitigate or stop the bad action, the bad words. To tend to the wound is a sign for yourself that you are staying open in that situation, which is the most heroic thing to do, is not to shut down, not to judge, not to stay open, to stay curious, and to search into that person for their wound and to find compassion even in the struggle for each other. It's that type of work that just takes such vigilance, and I'm still getting there myself, for sure.
Yeah, well, you're helping to get us all there. Your words you are a triumph. I love you, Ani DiFranco. I love you very much. Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you for telling us the truth and communicating the truth to the internet and everybody who's watching this right now, because you're right. You are right, and I love you. Thank you.
Well, thank you for giving me a chance to just try to amplify the wisdoms that I come by in this life that are given to me. That's all I do. I don't know anything except for when I hear something like you that is just true. And then I just try to amplify it in this world. So thank you for helping me do that work.
And we're so lucky to do this, man. Charlie Parr was here the other day, and it's just the first word he says, it's like, oh, dude, that's true. You're a saint. Yes, you're right. And as soon as you say anything, I get the same feeling. So we love this, man. And there's still more of your music to be shared next, right? What's happening third
let's
today?
do that song. All right. Yeah, here's a song, Revolutionary Love. Will tend my anger. I will tend my grief. I will achieve safety Yes, I will find relief. I'll show myself mercy. I will show myself respect. Yes, and I'll decide when I'm ready to forgive but not forget. And I will ask you, I'll ask you questions, and I will try to understand. And if you give me your story, I will hold it in my hands, and I will bring the love, the revolutionary love. Yes, I will bring the love, the revolutionary love. Yes, I will bring the love, the revolutionary love, the revolutionary love. Yes, and even if you hurt me, oh, I will not shut down. Yes. Yeah, you can't make me hate you and carry that hate around. Oh, I will see no stranger, only parts of myself I don't yet know. Yes, yes, and I'll see right through evil, to a wound too scared to show. Yes, I have the power to stay open. Yes, I have the power to be, oh, the one who I've been waiting for. Yes, the one who sets me free. Yes, I can bring the love, the revolutionary love. I could bring the love, the revolutionary love. Yes, I could bring the love, the revolutionary love, the revolutionary love. Yes. Oh, I could bring the love, the revolutionary love. Yes, I could bring the love, the revolutionary love. Yes, I could bring the love, the revolutionary love, the revolutionary love.
Ani, thank you so much for doing this. Have a wonderful festival set. Travel
Thank
safely
you.
to all the things. We'll very much look forward to the in a year when I see you next.
Yeah, all right. Likewise.
All right. I love you very much. Thank you for doing this.